Good morning, students. Today, let us discuss about the Vedic religion. But before that, I want to ask some few questions. So, in your classroom or in your colonies, in your areas, you might have seen different type of religions are there, religion peoples are living with you. So, what are the different types of religions you have found in your colonies or your surroundings? Yes, so many are there. Hindus are there, Hindu religion, Muslim, Sikh, Buddha, Jain, Parsi, so many religions are there. But in minority, the 5 religions are there: Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Buddha, and Jain. So, let us study about today the Jainism and Buddhism. How the Jainism overcome, how the birth of Buddhism. So let us start today the chapter number 6, Rise of Jainism and Buddhism. The topic name is Rise of Jainism and Buddhism. So, these religions taught to the throughout the world, that is the non-violence. Non-violence, main principle is non-violence. These peoples are very peaceful and they have a lot of tendency. So, all these both two religions originated from India. Why these Jainism and Buddhism, why they raised? At the ancient time, that time in society, that is the Vedic period, that Vedic period, that time the Vedic religions, in that the Varna system, Varna in the society, the 4 Varnas had overcome. In throughout society, the first the Varna, among the 4 Varnas, first one is Brahmin. First one is Brahmin. I think you might have know about these Varnas. Brahmin. Second one is Kshatriya. Brahmin, Kshatriya, and next 2, these are the upper caste, upper religions. But another two are there. Vaishya and Shudras. So among these, these were had the status and all facilities. All facilities will belong to these two peoples. The Vaishyas see children, these Brahmin, they were practicing, they were using to conduct the yajna. They became a priest. They were doing the yajnas, pujas, and they were the heads of the all religious rituals, religious practices. These Brahmins were become the head, and also these Brahmins had control on these Kshatriya. In list, they are the top. They are practiced to do the yajna and the priest, prayer, and all religious rituals. They become a head. And one more thing, they become the master over the Kshatriyas, and they become the gurus of the kings, the ruling kings. So these were first preference. And second one, Kshatriya. In Varnas, second Varna is a Kshatriya. This is the ruling party, ruling peoples. These religious Varnas, second Varna is a ruling. So the Kshatriya were the ruling class. These were the ruling class. That means Kshatriyas were the kings, and they were sustaining by taxing the farmers and businessmen. They had collected the taxes. Through taxes, they will take care of their peoples, and by doing the administration also. In administration, these Kshatriya, these kings, they had also taken some suggestion from these Brahmins. These were the first and second position. But third, Vaishyas. Vaishyas means they were engaged. These Vaishyas, who were they engaged in the husbandry, dairying and husbandry system. They were engaged in the animal husbandry, and one more thing, business. These are the kings. These are the priests. Businessmen. They did the business and animal husbandry. And last one, Shudras. Shudras, they were considered only the workers, laborers, the lowest, in the lowest position they were. So the Shudras were considered as the labor class, and were there only as a household laborers and skilled workers. They were the household workers. But all the status, higher positions, in the society, and all facilities of the society were reserved. All the facilities and status were reserved for these upper two varnas. So, women along with the Shudras were considered as profanes. Profanes means workers, lower, neglecting class. So, these Varna based society, on this society, this type of society, had created tensions and complaint among the communities, these communities. They suppressed by these two communities, ruling and priest community. So to overcome from these problems, to get up in the society, to grow in society, to escape from the suppression of these two varnas, from these two varnas, these two varnas peoples are searching for new religion, new thing. In that time, the Jainism has shows the light. That means it shows the underpath. Gautam Buddha and Mahavira appeared as a new hopes for these peoples. Mahavira and Gautam Buddha appeared, they became a new hopes, means the Varnas, they to overcome from this Varna religion, Vedic religion, these people wants to overcome from that religion. So, this Jainism and Buddhism raised. So during this period, that is the 8 centuries back, 8 centuries ago, some cities grew. The peoples had collected in the cities to do the business, or from villages to overcome these Varna society, they attracted by the cities. Kausambi, Kushinagara, Varanasi, Vaishali, Rajagruha, Chiranda, cities of the Bihar, in Bihar states, the Chiranda is there. The cities were grown up. So the coins were used in the exchange of the materials, that means business. In order to escape from the limitation, that means these limitations, to overcome, to escape from that religion, the Vedic religion and the social status, the business class, this business class supported to the Jainism and Buddhism, which rejected Varna system. These peoples rejected these Varna system. All are equal. But in that time the Janapadas and Mahajanapadas were raised. They were the new religions, Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. But the religion of Buddha and Mahavira identified the desire as a main reason for all human hardships. The religion of Buddha and Mahavira, the desire of all the human hardships. The desire as a main reason. So to give a call to overcome them, they supported the simple living without accumulation. They supported a simple living but with comfort life. Too much wealth, accumulation, too much wealth. They rejected luxurious life. These two peoples rejected the luxurious life and they preached in the Sanskrit and as the own language like Pali and Prakrit. Pali and Prakrit. Pali and Prakrit languages they used, they preached in their own languages also. That's why they become very popular in that time. Some peoples, some classes followed these Jainism and Buddhism. So these offered a new path. The people by rejecting this Veda religion, who had rejected the Veda religion, that people supported to the Jainism and Buddhism. So now the Jainism, let us study about the Jainism. See the four Varnas in the Vedic religion, the Varnas, four Varnas are there, and few cities grew up and these peoples were used in the Pali and Prakrit own language that time. So they lived Sanskrit, they preached in Pali and Prakrit language. Let us see the Jainism, the growth of Jainism and Buddhism. So Jainism is one of the very ancient religion, the oldest religion also. Jainism is a religion founded in the ancient India. Jains, that means who followed the Jainism, they are called as Jains. The Jains trace their history. These peoples got the history through the 24 Tirthankaras. Very important, listen. 24 Tirthankaras. They got the history through the 24 Tirthankaras. First Tirthankara was Rishabha. He is the first Tirthankar. And the 22nd one is there. His name is Neminatha. 22nd. 23rd Tirthankara was the Paraswanatha. And last 24th Tirthankara, he was a famous, his name is what? His name is Mahavira. Vardhamana Mahavira. Vardhamana Mahavira. He is important. So let us study about the Vardhamana Mahavira. Before that, this Paraswanatha, the 23rd Tirthankara, Paraswanatha preached the 4 principles, very important. Throughout the world, these principles were followed. So, and the Paraswanatha was the son of King Ashwashena. And one more thing, these Neminatha was the cousin of the Hindu god Krishna. This Neminatha was the cousin of the Lord Krishna. So this Paraswanatha preached the 4 principles. I will write here. First one is non-violence. Very important. Non-violence. Non-violence, that means ahimsa. In bracket, ahimsa. Very important. Ahimsa, non-violence. To lead the good life means you have to follow these 4 principles. First one is non-violence, that is ahimsa. Second one is truth. I think you might have known about these ahimsa and truth. These principles were followed by the perfect, followed by the follower is perfect follower was who? Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi also told ahimsa and truth, satya mattu ahimse. He lived on this path, ahimsa and truth. Third one is astheya. Astheya means not stealing.